Transition. The future is now become the divine. Listen when Tierra speaks. The future is now become the divine. Listen when Tierra speaks. The future is now become the divine. Listen when Tierra speaks. The future is now become the divine. Listen when Tierra speaks. Listen when Tierra speaks. Listen when Tierra speaks. Listen when Tierra speaks.
Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to a brand new episode of Tierra Speaks, your foundation of growth and the place where we always dare to be different, live to inspire, and be who you are. I am your purpose coach, Tierra Speaks, and y'all, we are chilling in season 5. Can y'all believe it? We have made it to season 5. We are across all podcast platforms plus TGFX on Roku, TGFX.tv, YouTube, you name it, we're there. So if you have not already, make sure that you like, follow, share, and subscribe to Tierra Speaks on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Apple, iHeart. We on Audible, so those of you that love to listen to your Audible books, check out Tierra Speaks as well. Subscribe to our website at www.tierraarmy.com because listen, y'all, we got some dope things coming that y'all do not want to miss. So we want to make sure that you are in the know and you get the notifications. Now, y'all know since we in a brand new episode, we have somebody dope for y'all to hear, talk to, learn from. Because I know this girl is about to drop some gems that you do not want to miss. We have Miss Amanda checking us out, stopping by, having a conversation. And she's going to let us know a little bit about Smith & Associates and something new that she has going on as well. But before we jump into that, do me a favor and grab your Tierra Speaks notebooks and pens, your favorite snack and your favorite drink, because guaranteed she's about to drop some gems that you do not want to miss right after this.
Hi, my name is Kendris Hughes, makeup artist and creator of Cosmetics by Kendris. You can find me on all social media platforms at Cos by Kendris.
Let me tell y'all something, man. Are you looking for dope TV? Matter of fact, are you looking for dope TV powered by one of the youngest black-owned stations in the country? Y'all gotta shout out my man TGFX, man. If y'all didn't know, y'all got a Roku TV, man, your phone, whatever, man. You got access to the internet. You need to go to TGFX.tv. Again, that's TGFX.tv. You never know, you probably gonna see the form on there. But besides that, it's must see, baby. TGFX, baby, yeah.
Hi, I'm Anita, and I'm Nettie Kelly with Nettie Kelly Makeup Lounge and Upscale Boutique. You can find us on the Moving in Grace Show.
Woo! Yes. Hey y'all, we are back, and as I said before, we have Mrs. Amanda Smith in the building.
Hey, how y'all doing?
How are you?
I'm good.
That's good. Thank you for coming to the show today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course. We're going to have some conversations, just get to know each other a little bit. So we know, of course, that you own Smith & Associates Realty.
Yeah.
We know that you got something new going on. But before we jump into all of that, we'd like to get in your business a little bit.
Okay, get in my business. What's going on?
The Tierra Speaks family want to know, who is Amanda behind all of that stuff?
Who am I behind my brand, behind Smith &
Behind your brand, not for your brand, not about your brand. Like, who is Amanda?
Amanda
take all that away.
Is a city girl. Not in today's definition of city girl, but city roots. Grew up in the city for part of my childhood. Small, close-knit family, as far as my immediate family, but just somebody out here just trusting God and making stuff happen the best way I know how.
Okay. All right. Did she say just making it happen the best way you know how?
Yeah. Mother, wife, you know, entrepreneur, of course, but daughter. I'm just allowing life to allow me to step into where I'm supposed to be.
Allowing you to step into where you're supposed to be. That sounds like you stepping into your purpose, huh?
I am.
Allowing you to fully step in both feet.
Yes.
Both feet. Not straddling. Both feet. That transformation.
I ain't gonna even say that I'm stepping into that. I've been pushed into that part.
That's what happens, though.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you talk about your purpose and you coming into your purpose. When you finally accept and own it.
Yeah.
Living in it.
Yeah.
And, sometimes we real hard-headed and we don't listen. We was talking about that before we started filming, right? We real hard-headed and we don't listen.
Right.
So sometimes we got to be pushed and pushed a little bit more, maybe not across your head a little bit, for you finally understand that God said, I told you to do this.
Right, exactly.
Now stop playing and step into this path I told you to do.
Yeah, and even more so, I think that the biggest thing at this point in my life, I'm learning that our pain really kind of sets us up for transformation into purpose authentically.
Absolutely.
So a lot of times we're spinning our wheels and we're trying to figure out where we're supposed to be, when sometimes we're just supposed to be still long enough for God to put us in position.
Absolutely.
And show us how to turn that transform. Because a lot of times we aren't who we're designed to be. We're in the process and on that journey to who we're becoming. And that is completely different than what I see for myself.
Absolutely. And it's big because, listen, they say don't tell God your plans because he going to laugh at them. Baby, he be bugging up at me.
Right.
So I already know.
Yeah.
But, that's big and that's important. And we talk a lot about the journey. So that's a huge part of Tierra Speaks. We talk about the journey because we don't. People don't talk about it enough. We celebrate.
Yeah.
We celebrate every single thing. But, baby, we don't talk about them challenges and them struggles that we really went through how we overcame it. Because that's the real work.
Yeah.
The real work is the journey that you took. And a lot of times people think, you get up, it's just a straight line. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. That journey ain't nowhere near straight.
Nope.
No
it's
matter
like,
how many times you, to the side, up and down, it ain't nowhere near straight.
Under sometimes.
And especially finally stepping into it. And the other piece of that is when we talk about purpose, we've been talking about purpose is, I tell people all the time, people be like, I haven't found my purpose. You can't find your purpose. Your purpose found you a long time ago.
Yeah.
And if you go back to now seeing what you're doing now, if you think back on things that you've done in the past that you didn't trip off of, you had your purpose back then.
Yeah.
And it found you a long time ago.
Yeah.
So we try to figure out how can we find our purpose, not realizing a lot of times our purpose found us.
We just gotta continue to stay on that journey, though. That's the thing, and not become distracted by the things that come up in the journey that's designed to build us and help mold us to the people that we need to become to stand in that purpose.
And you got to be ready to accept it. You got to be ready to receive all of that, though. You got to be ready to receive the ups and the downs.
Yes.
You got to get ready to push through. You got to be like, you know what? I'm going to cry this out today.
Okay.
Because tomorrow I'm about to step back into it. Like,
because I'll be just like, okay,
today.
one more day. Like, just give it one more day.
Just
like, see what happened one more day.
What did I learn today? Because I'm gonna need to use this tomorrow when I step back into it. But that's what it's all about. It's big. So
thank you.
Congratulations on everything that you have going on. And again, we are gonna jump into that. But before we do so, Tierra Speaks is all about daring to be different, living to inspire, and being who you are. So I'm gonna ask you about these three, and you have to answer.
Okay.
And let us know how you feel about them. Okay.
All right.
So the first thing is dare to be different. What does that mean to you when I tell you to dare to be different?
What that means to me is I think about not limiting yourself, not be so focused on what other people are doing, whether that's in your industry or in your personal life.
Yes.
Daring to be different is me seeing the characteristics that I want in my family and my children and the morals and values that even if I didn't see them growing up, going out and getting that information so that I can make that my reality. So daring to be different, to me, it can be a number of different things, but just really don't limit yourself to the only thing you've been exposed to.
That's good. That's good. So no limitations.
No limitations. No boxes.
No boxes.
None of that.
Yeah, none of that. All right. So no limitations. Live to inspire. what does it mean to you? If I say, Amanda, girl, you better live to inspire.
When I hear live to inspire, it's be true and authentic and share your story. Everybody wants to share the successes and the celebrations, but when I'm inspiring somebody, oftentimes you want to inspire people from a place of picking them up.
Yes.
So when I hear live to inspire, is I started off here. I started off at the bottom, you know, and my story, just telling you my story, you'll be able to understand, and hopefully it breeds inspiration in you.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's big, because, you know, like we said before, we celebrate. We celebrate, but we need to talk about how we getting there and how we got there.
Oh, yeah. How you down and out, and how you be wanting to stop.
Listen.
But you still keep going.
And how, you know what, I tried to work with this person, and just so y'all know, we've been knowing each other for a minute, and we tried to work with each other and something else, and it didn't work out. But what I love about that is that didn't stop us from supporting each other, right?
Absolutely.
We still built the friendship out of it. We still support each other in everything that we do, which is big. And that's a part of that live to inspire, right? We were able to work through that challenge, but still come out on the other side of it and remain to support each other.
Absolutely.
So the final and my favorite, be who you are. What does that mean to you?
That means don't try to be anybody else.
Say that again.
Don't try to be anybody else, because God can't bless you when you're trying to be somebody you're not. He's only got a blessing for you with your particular name on it, and you only gain it by being who you are. So we see it all the time. A lot of people trying to copy people, and you see these trends. Trends only exist because people are trying to be other people. Yeah. So if you focus on what's for you, and you focus on your path and where you're going to realize real quick that it doesn't look like everybody else's path.
And it's not supposed to. And it's not supposed to, despite what any of y'all may think. It ain't supposed to look like nobody else's at all.
That's
okay,
right.
I see you. I see you. But no, that's big. You gotta be yourself, right? In every room. Let's rephrase that. Be yourself in every single room you go into.
That part.
A lot of times people are like, well, when I'm at work, I can't be myself. Yes, you can. Yeah. It's a way to do it. Yeah. It's a way to do it. Be yourself in every room that you step into, and don't allow anything that anybody else says or anybody else does to stop you from that or to hold you back from that. Yep. All right. So while we being authentically who we are, we going to take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about Smith and Associates Realty Group and this other little thing you got going on.
Big things.
Right after this.
I just like the sound of it.
Hey y'all, so listen, we are back. I know y'all caught all of those gems that we dropped last time. If not, y'all know y'all can run it back because it's not going nowhere. Run it back. Take them notes down in your Tiara Speaks notebooks with your Tiara Speaks pens. And yes, I know the pens are coming, y'all. I know we've been sold out, but now they say everything is back in so we can get another order for y'all. So be on the lookout because that's coming. Also, shout out to 1 Million a Brand for the dope sweatsuit. We appreciate you as always. Nice. Now, Amanda.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about Smith and Associates Realty Group.
Let's talk about it.
You know,
we was
just talking about people being total packages, and y'all, she tried it because You know, if you need a house, you need to sell it, you need to buy it. Usually you got to go to a couple different people. That's all I can say because y'all know the name of my lane. We're going to let Amanda tell us. But somebody, a realtor, she the broker. Yeah, so let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. So I am the broker and owner of Smith & Associates Realty Group. We do residential, commercial. I'm licensed in Missouri and Illinois. So one-stop shop. We work with investors. In addition to us working with investors, we are not about wasting time. So come to us knowing what you want to do. We're not here to teach you investing in real estate, but we will advise you based on our expertise.
Okay. All right. So we not in the teaching game. We in the advising game. All right. There it is. All right. So what made you start Smith & Associates?
What made me start Smith & Associates? Well, so I've always been attracted to real estate, but I was attracted to the investing side of real estate. Everybody's attracted to the investing side of real estate because you make a lot of money.
Okay.
I mean, that's what it is. So what I ended up finding out was a lot of investors didn't know retail real estate and a lot of agents didn't know investing.
Okay.
So I wanted to figure out a way to submerge myself in the real estate industry, absorb as much information as I could while still earning a living for my family.
Okay.
So I left my job on a Friday. I was in pre-licensing on Monday to get my license.
Say that. So what you saying is, I stopped her and I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah.
All right.
Sink or swim. It had to work because I didn't give myself another option.
But that's where, you know what, that's where most of the growth comes from, right? I tell people all the time, you have to get to the point to be like, okay, look, am I going to go on and take this chance on myself like I take chance on other people, or am I just going to keep falling by the wayside?
Yeah, that's real.
Looks like you chose to take a chance on yourself.
And I can't even take all the credit. My husband, he wasn't my husband at the time, but he encouraged me. He was my boyfriend at the time. And I was thinking he was like, just quit your job. I literally told him, quit your job. Like, no, I'm not quitting my job.
I ain't quitting my job. What you mean?
But the reality of that is, everything happened the way that it needed to happen. When I had my son, corporate started playing with my money, and that's the best way to get me up out of there and play with my money.
Hey, listen, don't ever play with my money.
So, when we're supposed to move and we don't move, we get real uncomfortable. And so, that's why I say I was pushed into this. I wasn't really like, let me stick my toe in the water. It was, here you go.
Full-fledged.
Yeah. And I committed to it. I was in the office every day. I was in classes. If I wasn't on the phone with a client, I'm in a class learning something. And my first goal was everything the coach told me, because I did invest in a real estate coach when I first started, because I was serious about it.
Yeah.
So for me, it was, they tell you, most agents fall out of this business within 18 months. Most agents only do 3 transactions a year. Well, my immediate goal was to stay in the business longer than 18 months and to sell more than 3 homes. So my goal, I had 3 transactions under contract within my first 30 days of getting licensed. And I was just absorbing everything, taking every opportunity, telling everybody about my business. Nervous, scared, but still doing it.
Just doing it. And we are sitting at how many years now?
7 years.
7 years.
In
from
June.
that 18 months, 7 years. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. So in other words, all that stuff they telling y'all about you only gonna last 18 months, don't y'all believe it?
You only gonna last 18 months if you give up within 18 months.
That's the only way.
So there you go.
So you've created your own lane in realtor.
Yes.
Your own lane, your own area. You stick with the lane and you took off running with it. And just going and going and going. What's your favorite part?
My favorite part is that I don't get bored. I am the type of person that will get bored with things quick. I've been a conductor on Amtrak. I've been in hospitality. I've worked several different jobs. Yeah. And at the end of the day, it's not hard to elevate and get to a higher level, but I got to a higher level all the time, and I was like capped and limited. Gotcha. And with real estate, there's so many different facets. You got residential, you got commercial, you got leasing, you got investing. Like, there's so many different investment strategies. So I'm also an investor myself. There's just so much, and I'm just scratching the surface. New construction, development, so that's what I love about it. No day is the same.
Listen, that's the best, ain't it? No 2 days, no 2 situations are the same. Things are always different.
Absolutely.
So what's your biggest challenge? What has been your biggest challenge and how did you overcome it?
What has been my biggest challenge? My biggest challenge really has been the limitations that I put on myself.
You just said no limitations now. Why
did.
you putting them on yourself?
But see, that was what my biggest challenge has been up until this point.
Okay.
So prime example, we only think of ourselves in a space of what we have witnessed or seen in other people.
Absolutely.
So when you get into real estate or when you get in any industry or even in your personal life, you can only see as far as you've been exposed to. So to me, my limiting belief of, oh, this is where they at, so this is where I'm working to get to.
Yeah.
Allowing myself to take the blinders off to say anything is possible for me. I can be here, I can be there, I can be anywhere, even if I haven't specifically seen that.
Yeah.
That to me is the limiting belief that I'm referring to.
Okay.
Not just saying, oh, you know what? Well, I can't do this because of that. That's a different type of limiting belief.
Absolutely.
So I do feel like I could do anything that I set my mind to. But what about when we don't set our mind to things because we don't even know that it's possible for us or it's an option for us? So that's the limiting belief that I'm referring to.
So how do you overcome that though? So when you sitting at that space and you never really thought that that's possible for you, how did you overcome it? Because you on the other side of it. So what's the way to overcome it?
So the biggest thing for me in overcoming it, I had to get to a place where I had to sit still. And God set me down and set me still for a whole year. And for me, that is like crazy talk.
The hardest thing to do.
It's crazy talk. Because I kept trying to get up and he was like, sit down.
Sit down.
I kept trying to get back up. He like, sit down. And in that year, what he was showing me was I worked the least amount that I've ever worked in the 7 years I've been in real estate. And I'm talking about I'm a hustler, right? But I've worked the least amount of work on actually physically getting out, making things happen, but I made the most amount of money that year. And it was because I equated hard work to my results, but I've been putting in that work. I'm constantly putting in that work. And sometimes when you're constantly on this hustle wheel that you gotta hustle, you gotta get to a point where you've paid your dues and things don't have to come as hard as they did
anymore.
You've worked to a certain point. And we don't realize that. We don't realize that when we don't see it. So everybody that's come before me that's been successful, I saw them hustling.
That's hustling and working.
I never saw them sit back and enjoy the fruit of their hustle.
Yeah.
And that was where I'm like, okay, so in that space of sitting still, you give your mind time to be innovative. You give yourself your mind time to have clarity, and you attract the things that you don't necessarily know. So even when, this big opportunity came up, I was still like, I ain't ready for that.
It ain't your timing. It ain't your timing. It's God's timing. Right. So in other words, when God tell you to sit still, just sit still. Don't be trying to keep jumping up like Amanda did, because we all do that. We as in I. We all do that. So
absolutely.
Let's make sure that when he say sit still, because what is to come after that is something that you just can't ever imagine.
Yeah, you can't. You have to be prepared in preparation.
So sit still so you can get prepared. And we gonna jump into what came after that preparation right after this. Did y'all catch them dreams? Because she dropping gems over here. So make sure y'all caught them. Wrote them down in your notebooks. Run it back if you need to, because you can. But now we're going to talk about this new opportunity that has come up.
So
let's talk about it. Tell everybody where they can find you.
Where y'all can find me. So currently right now I'm featured on a new show on HGTV called Lakefront Empire. It's all about Lake of the Ozarks real estate. We're walking buyers through properties, through the process, and taking you all along the journey.
Okay. When can they watch it? Monday
nights at 9 Central Standard Time. So it's on HGTV and HBO Max.
Okay. So
my episodes, however, my featured episodes are going to drop April the 22nd and May 6th.
All right. So make sure that you check it out, especially on April the 22nd and May the 6th.
Yes.
Now, how did this opportunity come about? Because, we was just talking about sitting still and being prepared. And, now we all the way down in the Ozarks getting it in.
Yeah. So I was sitting still as I was instructed to be. And I just got a random email. So, this day and age, we have to check things out. I'm not going to lie. I thought it was a scam. Yeah. I was like, what? HGTV?
Because, baby, you get some emails.
Yeah, a lot of them. So, I started researching the people that was like they name in the signature line of their emails. I'm like, okay, these people with, Hit Run Creative and da-da-da. So I'm like, okay, who is this person? And everything just happened so fast. Like, literally, they were already in the process of filming this. And they were looking for agents. And so they reached out to me, and I responded like, oh, yeah. At first, I was like, I just see if something come of it, then something come of it. If it don't, it's cool. And then as things started just kind of snowballing, literally I talked to them on a Wednesday, and we did an on-camera interview.
Yeah.
And they had to send it to the network for approval. And then they're telling me okay, it might be next week when we hear back from them on whether or not they're going to move forward or whatever. So I'm like, okay. They literally called me the next day hey, somebody from the network wants to talk to you later today. Can you hop on the call? And I'm like, sure. What are they going to ask me?
Wait a minute, I thought y'all said next week.
Right.
Y'all calling me less 24 hours now. What's going on?
Right. So they wanted more, a longer segment of filming. So they were last time we did 5-10 minutes. This time we're going to do 30 minutes, and then we're going to send that to them. And so we did it and everything. And then they were okay, so definitely next week. Next week turned into the next day again. And they were well, yeah, so this is going to happen kind of fast. Somebody's going to be reaching out to you with the contract. Okay. And I'm just wait a minute, what am I doing?
Yes.
So literally, I first opened up conversations with them in the beginning of September. I was filming in October, mid-October. It happened pretty fast.
It was meant. It was time.
Yeah. Sitting still, so being obedient.
That sitting still and being obedient.
Yeah.
It was meant, so you was ready and prepared, and you had the time. Had you not been sitting still, you'd have been all in your schedule how can I make this work?
Right, exactly.
When? Tomorrow. Now I need to do what? But I got to do this. How I'm going to make this work? But see, that year of you sitting still gave you the opportunity to open up your schedule.
Yeah.
And to have more time to do the things that you needed to, or to step into the roles that you were going to have to step into.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, that year for me was healing, because that was the year coming behind my mom passing. That was also a year of me repurposing my pain, in that process of healing. Grief takes a lot of different tolls on you, mentally, spiritually, physically, all of that. And in that year sitting still, I was able to start focusing on the whole person of who I am, not the mother that I am and the wife that I am and the daughter and the sister,
behind all of
but who I am and what I needed. And that time was very important, because I couldn't have seen myself going on this journey. I'm not the type of person that could even be away from home longer than 3 or 4 days. I was literally gone a whole week filming, and I was this is weird. Like, this is different. Like, I don't even think I spent that much time by myself since I had kids.
Yeah. You needed that time, though. You absolutely needed that time.
Yes, absolutely. But it was amazing. It was an amazing opportunity. The cast was great. They were like, oh my God, we wish we would have met you sooner. We wanted you on, the beginning portion of the show and, all of that. And I'm just like, hey, that's always next season. Bring me back.
Right. I know that's right. So what you're saying is, what I'm hearing is,
we just gonna pray that into the atmosphere next season,
It's coming. We just gonna go on and claim it now. It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so if anybody's looking to buy or sell a home in the Lake of the Ozarks, holla at your girl.
There it is. So, the challenge that you had during this time.
The challenge. There was a lot of challenges I had during this time. One being imposter syndrome. Not knowing if I was qualified to be there. But this is what I do. Anybody that knows me, that talks to me about real estate, they know I eat, sleep, and breathe the passion for real estate and creating wealth within my community. But to do it on a platform that's so big, I didn't even realize still how big it was until my husband kept saying, like, you're not excited? I'm just like, I'm a humble person. I don't like to like get over my head and things, but I'm just like, I mean,
you can be humble and still be excited now. You can be humble and still be excited because your table is just as big as the platform table. What do you mean?
That's right.
I'm with your husband.
But yeah. But that was the thing. Like, even rolling this out, it was like, HGTV. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I don't know who all watches HGTV. I don't know how big it is while I'm doing it.
Yeah, let me tell y'all something. This is the person that posted on Facebook. If I have a watch party, are y'all gonna come? If I have a watch party, who's gonna come?
Yeah.
As if she doesn't already have this huge following. Anyway, I said, wait till I talk to, I'm gonna wait till we do this interview. I talk to Amanda like, for real?
I don't like to assume anything. At the end of the day,
if didn't nobody show up to that screening but you, your husband, and your kids, it didn't matter.
Yeah, that's true.
It didn't matter. So put it out there, and whoever show up do, whoever don't. You, your husband, and your kids.
No, but it was amazing though. It was amazing. I wanted to have this big production. I wanted the city to come out, right? Mm-hmm. But for some reason, I couldn't find a venue, or it wasn't in the cards for me to find a venue big enough to support everybody.
It wouldn't.
And at this time, I'm thinking like, why is it this hard? And I heard God say to me during that time, this is the time to support those who have supported you up to this point. This is the time to share and be intimate in that space with the people that's most important to you. So it was really important that my kids be there. It was really important that my husband be there. It was really important that my business partners that refer me business have been there. My business banker, like she the bomb, like just everybody that supported me when I was still building and I didn't quite believe it for myself. Yeah. It was important for me to share that with them. And so everything happened, and this is one of the things where we have to let go of our idea of what success looked like, our idea of what that path looked like, because it can look completely different. And if you stuck on what you have in your head, you're going to miss it.
Yeah,
you're going to miss everything that it was meant to be. So it was beautiful. It was amazing. I'm excited. And I think my excitement was a lot more delayed because I started feeding off of everybody else's reaction.
And it does. So I just had that conversation with, a friend who also was one of my first clients. Mm-hmm. I just had that conversation with her. So her and her husband just got an amazing blessing and a new business that they're about to step into. But talking to her, she was like, I haven't told any of my family. I said, and you don't have to.
Right.
And she was like, but like, when we bring this out, like, I know somebody's going to have something to say, but we just wanted to know you did it right. Yeah. This is for you and your husband. So, yeah, celebrating it. Even if you didn't tell me, yeah, celebrate in that because that's what it's meant for. It's meant for y'all.
That's right.
And all the noise has been blocked out. All the distractions have been blocked out. And she said, you know what, that's funny. That's part of why I didn't say anything because I didn't want to hear people say, well, y'all shouldn't do this or this going to happen, this going to happen. I said all of those distractions is what you didn't need.
feeling guilty for your success because you couldn't bring everybody along or you can't share it with everybody, but it's not meant to be.
It's not meant to. That's also why we say let's highlight the journey of how we got there. Your celebration and your success is for you and your family or who you want it to be. The journey is what everybody else needs to know about, because you need to know how to get there if that's what you're trying to do.
Right.
Or you need to know how to work through the challenges and the struggles and the different things that happen to get to wherever you're trying to be. Absolutely. But when it comes to my celebration and what that's for us. That's for me. I don't have to. This don't have to be as broad and as big as we would like it, but we all think about that, you know. And then, especially being here in St. Louis, we big on wanting the city to come out and turn it up. Yeah. But it's not always what's supposed to happen.
Yeah, that's real. Like that's real. And the thing is, my biggest thing right now is my limiting beliefs about where I'm going. Not that it's a limiting belief like I can't get there, but I don't want to be so set in a plan that I can't see what God's trying to do. Absolutely. Because there's no, like, people ask me all the time, how did you get, I didn't apply for this, I didn't go seek this out, like I didn't do, but that was how it was supposed to happen. And so the reality is, you know, it's a great opportunity. It's amazing, and it's not even something that I even wrote down as a goal for myself. But now it has opened up my mind to so much more, and that's just authentically being on this journey.
Absolutely. And that's what it's supposed to be. That's exactly what it's supposed to be. So, true example of sitting down, waiting, not settling, but being able to listen. Yes. And get clarity from God on all of what He has for you.
The obedience is better than the sacrifice.
It absolutely is. So listen, y'all, we're going to leave y'all with that. We're going to let y'all take some notes, think about that for a little bit. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Now, Tina, it is going to be around your table. She'll be giving you that magical touch on your shoulders that let you know it's your turn. It's your turn. That's the touch we each and every one of us want to feel. So when she touches you, get in the line.
Pretty young thing on my brain, she want a pre-game. Red cup full of red wine, please don't be ashamed. Pretty young thing on my brain, she want a pre-game. Her ex-main won't let it burn. What's going on, world? Mr. Bernard Quinn III, CEO of the Victory Torch Premium Handmade Cigars right here in St. Louis, founded in 2020. We are one of the most elite cigar services in St. Louis. We are a mobile humidor. We provide your needs, private parties, events, whatever you could think of, we got you. Premium handmade cigars right here in St. Louis. All of our products are sourced from the Dominican Republic, so you're getting top quality and you're getting some of the best cigars all from around the world right here at home. So again, the Victory Torch, you can hit us up at TVT_cigars. Once again, that's at TVT_cigars. Hit us up anytime, and we are at your service. We got you.
Hey, so Amanda, girl, you've been dropping gems the whole time we've been talking. Like all the gems, the transparency, the testimonials. First of all, let me say thank you, because everybody cannot do that, and everybody is not comfortable enough to allow the world, all of our Tierra Speaks family, friends, to be able to see and hear all of what you have gone through, what you are doing, what you are continuing to do. So thank you for that. Thank you for coming on the show and sharing your journey with us.
My pleasure.
Do me a favor and let everybody know how they can follow you.
Okay, so you can follow me on Instagram at @amarie. And you can I just messed that all up.
That's okay. This Tierra Speaks, we ourselves. It's all right. We gonna push. So this is the classic example of pushing through a challenge and a struggle. Let's go.
Because I'm about to get it. I'm about to run it back and get it this time.
We go.
All right. On Facebook, Amanda Smith, Smith & Associates Realty Group is our business page. On Instagram, the #1 Smith Realty Group is where you can find all of the Smith & Associates agents, closings, HGTV promo videos, and you can also catch me on YouTube at Amanda Smith.
All right, there it is. So make sure that y'all like, follow, share, and subscribe, and check out Amanda for all of your realty needs, because one-stop shop, y'all know we call Total Package. Behind the camera, Total Package looks like we got a one-stop shop over here at Smith and Associates. So make sure you check my girl out. Now, I really hope that you all enjoyed the show today. I really hope that you got some information and gems that either you were looking for, or maybe that you weren't necessarily looking for, but you needed. As always, make sure that you dare to be different, live to inspire, and be who you are daily. Get you a little bit of self-care in. And if you have not already, be sure to like, follow, share, and subscribe to Tierra Speaks across all podcast platforms, YouTube, download TGFX on Roku, check out tgfx.tv, subscribe to our website at www.tierraarmin.com, because again, y'all, when I tell y'all, we still got some fire that is coming in season 5 and beyond that you do not want to miss. So make sure you check all of that out. As I said before, we will have the Tierra Speaks pins coming again to the website for you very, very soon. And be sure to let us know how you enjoyed the show and if it's anything that you would like us to focus on next. And I think that's it.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Thanks again for coming. We appreciate you. Shout out to 1 Million a Brand. Shout out to TC Graphics, TC the Executive and Extravagant Events. And we'll see you next time.
Promise is worth it. Listen when Tierra speaks.